I'm looking very much forward to the next speech because we have great insights with the next presenters. Please welcome on stage Bernd Lachner, CEO, co-founder, CTO, and co-founder of Hubdrive, and Lutz Jannausch, head of business application from Microsoft.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you that you are here at our place.
Yeah, thanks for letting us using your environment here at Microsoft. So in the morning, you have heard a lot about challenges in HR. All the topics were a little bit about challenges that HR departments have today or will face in the future. And so this is also the entry point for our today's presentation here, Lutz and I. And for the start, I would like to give you a little bit an inspiration of a challenge which is coming to HR, especially if you're not working on a daily basis in an HR department. So let's have a look at this short video.
Amy, it says you are trained in technology. That's very good. Are you adept at Excel?
No.
PowerPoint?
No.
Publisher?
Not really.
Exactly in what area of technology are you proficient?
Snapchat, Pinterest, Instagram, Vine, Twitter. You know the big ones.
I'm surprised you didn't say Facebook.
That's for old people, like my parents. That's funny.
Well, Amy, when you're working for me, you have to have those kind of research skills because I'll send you things for you to comb through and get the answers and send them to me. So for that, you got to be really good at technology.
For stuff like that, no problem. I'll just ask Siri.
You're just ask Siri?
You know, Siri tell me this, Siri find me that. We're all good at getting you the answers.
Tell Siri I want you ready to go at 8 sharp each and every morning.
I don't understand
What don't you understand?
what you just said.
You don't understand. You ready to go?
No. You said 8, right?
Yes.
8 like in the morning, 8?
Yes, in the morning.
Yeah. That kind of doesn't work for me. Who gets up at 8?
I do.
I Skype with my French boyfriend in Paris until like 3 in the morning. I don't even get to Starbucks until like 10, where I order my grande chai tea latte, 3 pump skim milk, white water, 2% foam, extra hot but not too hot. So if it's okay, I work best in the morning at 10:45.
Wow. Amy, I don't think we're going to be a good fit.
Why are you so negative? I can sense your hostilities, and right now I am not feeling very safe. I've been here for over 5 minutes, and the only nice thing you have said to me was nice resume, which I typed all night for this meeting with you. You've given me no guidance, no validation, no encouragement, no supervision. Is there an HR director somewhere?
HR director?
Yes, I need to speak to someone. I may have to take off today as a mental health day.
Could they all be Amy? Amy, look at me. You don't work here.
Are you firing me?
Okay, yes.
So you see, the HR department, but not only the HR department, also supervisors and employees have a lot of challenges when it comes to HR. And so we cannot solve all these things, but we can help the HR department and the supervisors to make their life a little bit easier so that they have the right time, the right focus, the right energy to solve the real big problems. So that's why we want to focus today on these top challenges in the HR department, about processes, about technologies, so that we focus on how can they digitize, how can they get more automation, how can they increase the efficiency, and also provide more comfort to employees.
And as we prepared for this meeting today, I had really to hold Bernd back because he wanted to present now 24 steps and 24 different areas where Hubdrive can help you in HR to automate things and to use technology. But actually, thanks, Bernd. You said 9 is enough.
Yeah, so we cut it down to the top 9.
Top 9.
Top 9, where we also get the feedback from the customers and the partners, where the most important improvements can be leveraged. So let's look into these today, but you are invited to look into the other areas also in later tracks of today or then afterwards, together with our partners, for example.
And what is the most important one? It's recruitment, isn't it?
At least when we have seen the video just now, then let's look in recruiting. Maybe a quick intro how to do this today. So we will look into each and every session, into each and every topic, and then also give you a little bit the guidance in how you should start with it, depending on where you are coming from your technology basis. Because this is also maybe an important aspect, how fast you can leverage everything. So if you are already having a ERP system, for example, F&O, or for example, Business Central, or you're already having the Power Platform of Microsoft, or a Dynamics 365 custom engagement app, or what to do when you have no Microsoft platform at all. Yeah? So this is how we do this whole track.
Yeah, and I would say, looking back, this totally changed as well, because before at Microsoft, because we're talking about ecosystems, we were pretty much focused on solutions like Dynamics, ERP, CRM. But you heard it this morning that I think our goal is actually to bring the innovation we have to all customers we have, if they have Power Platform or if they have Office in place. And so this is as well like one of the substances that we want to bring across, that wherever you're coming from, we have you covered.
Good. Let's look into recruiting. I know you're all waiting for that, so everyone wants to see how Copilot, how ChatGPT can help you in recruiting, and I prepared this today for you so that we can guide you a little bit through what Copilot is already doing for you, so you can get this right now already. So this is not future, this is something that you can install in an HR for Dynamics environment today. So we start with typical scenarios. So we are acting as a recruiter. This recruiter is called Hannelore, I guess, yes. She gets an email from a candidate, and this candidate is asking something about a job position, which we have as a job opening. And normally, Hannelore would now go to her HR system. She would go into her list of vacancies, find the vacancy that this applicant is talking about, pick the right one, look into the details, jump from there to the job position, to the job profile, and check, okay, what is the salary range that we have there? And then take this information, go back to Outlook, and starting crafting an email. So this is what the typical process would be here when we look into such a request coming to a recruiter. There are some steps, there are some clicks, there is some time that is going on when you do all of these things, and we can simplify that. And how we do this? We just use the Copilot technology of Microsoft. So we have integrated it here, and so we can just start here, and the Copilot will fly in from the right side and give you the option to prepare an answer. So there are different topics that we prepared for you, what are typical for working as a recruiter. Also, there's the option that you can craft an own message as a reply, or let it be crafted by Copilot. And then we start the process, and it takes a few seconds until it is compiled from Copilot. And then we get this message, and we directly can change something in there. We can let it be recreated, or we can just copy it to an email. And then this text will be copied into your email, and you can finally modify it, maybe send another greeting at the end, add a remark there, and send it out. So beforehand, what was it? Maybe 10, 15 minutes to search the data, compile the email, send it out. And now it was maybe 10 seconds, maybe 15 seconds. So a lot of time savings so that the recruiter then can back focus on the real important candidate interviews and so on.
And Bernd, if I look at this, where do you see the value of Hubdrive in this Copilot? Where is it?
So the value is definitely that we take this technology and integrate it seamless, that Microsoft provides here together with OpenAI, and make it seamless for the employee who's working here, that he can work just out of his Outlook. Yeah? Everything is connected. The data is here in the Outlook, but not only in the Outlook. This email message is directly connected also into the applicant file of this candidate. You see it down below here in the timeline. So the email is automatically connected here into the HR system also, so no one has to do anything for the keeping up to date the data. It's done in the background automatically for the recruiter.
So really providing the in-process support and as well giving the context for the whole generative AI to be able at all to nail down the right answers there.
In a very convenient way. Yeah. And this is just one starting point that we provide right now. Another one is, for example, when a recruiter wants to write a vacancy. There's a new job opening, the recruiter has to advertise this, so he can get the help of Copilot there also. So because in this text creator, we see here adjust with Copilot, and this means the recruiter can just type in some keywords, then go for the Copilot help, select the length, select the tone, and get a pre-compiled text for the job opening. Also, this is available today in HR for Dynamics. And we will see also another showcase made by one of our partners, Cosmo Consult, in the afternoon, which is also another element that helps recruiters. And there will be much more to come here in all the areas where people really get a sufficient amount of time increase or time decrease and efficiency increase with this AI technology.
And looking at the customer interaction I have, it's interesting because I talked a lot about with CMOs about marketing, how the marketing is changing right now with AI, changing the way how they do ads or how they do content creation. But the interesting thing is that we as well get a lot of interest from HR because it's such a opportunity to really be faster and be more productive actually.
Mm-hmm. So now when you ask yourself, okay, how do we get this going for us? So here's the manual, how you get there. So when you have right now finance and operation running, then you just can go for our Power Extensions for recruiting and install also the recruiting portal, and then you have this technology available when you come from an ERP system called F&O. If it's Business Central, then we have also the same way. You get the Power Extensions for recruiting for the recruiting portal. And if you are using the Power Platform, then you just install our solution and use the recruiting portal there. If you have none of these, so if you have no Microsoft Business Platform yet, then that's the fastest way for you to get there is you start with the Power Platform.
So always a way to start with it in recruiting. Mm-hmm. If we look at the next area that we want to cover, it's onboarding. What have you there on the technology side, Bernd?
Yeah, thanks, Lutz. Onboarding is something that we get more and more asked because people have the challenge that they have to hire quicker and get people more productive quicker when they hire new employees. And people are changing over between companies faster than in the past. So onboarding is a real big challenge for companies. That's why it's important to help customers there. And one thing that we can help there is, for example, with the training during the onboarding, that people can get faster or get shown the way how they can process through the onboarding in the system, that we roll out training plans to the employees, that the people see directly, okay, what do I have to achieve as a training so that I can get all the knowledge that I need for my job. This is something that we help, especially with our latest release of the training and e-learning module that we are providing now. But also Microsoft Viva, another element coming from the Microsoft stack, is helping there, because there you can assemble all your e-learnings together at one place and provide it to your employees so that they consume it. They can consume it from any place where they want to get these learnings. So there also Viva is a very good element that helps you out of the Microsoft stack to achieve an improvement there.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting, and fun fact: we use it ourselves. Yeah,
Really?
yeah, quite heavily.
And also something that can help customers, especially when they are a larger organization, is Viva Connections, because there they get a little bit more guidance on to whom should I talk to, with whom should I connect, who might have the right answer. So especially if employees come to a very new organization and it's large and they have no clear idea where are my go-to persons, then Viva Connection can be also a good idea as an additional stack with a solution within the stack of software that we together with Microsoft provide there. Again, quick the manual, what to do. If you have finance and operation, then you have already an HR onboarding functionality within F&O. You can use this. This is more used, for example, for organizing the tasks of the HR departments. But you can extend it by our Power Extensions to get also this training and e-learning functionality and enable Viva e-learning. Same is for Business Central without the option that you have an HR and onboarding functionality there, because it hasn't. So you start best way directly with the Power Extension. Or you go just for the Power Platform with the HR functionalities, and you can there just seamless enable also Viva functionalities. And if you have nothing, where do we start?
Just start.
With the Power Platform.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
Yeah, pretty much. That was it on onboarding. Now we have staff administration and automation. Wow. Yeah.
This is why is this important? Because you don't want to do everything manually when you are working in an HR department. You want to automate tasks. You want to automate business processes, process flows, and that's why staff administration and automation is an important topic for customers right now. For example, there it's important that the customers can adjust the processes that come with the solution by themselves, because it's a customizing which is available to the customer or to you as a partner. And in the easy cases, the customer can do it on their own. In the not so easy cases, you as a partner can support the customer to adjust the business process in the way that the customer needs it. Additionally, we have the option of using Power Automate for automation. And the great thing here is, again, that we can get help of AI.
I will not move anymore.
So, for example, you as an HR manager or as an HR professional, you can go to Power Automate and use Copilot there and ask Copilot, hey, can you create me an automation that it sends me an email that an employee has more than 15 sick days? You can just let the AI create you this automation. You don't need to be able to program. Or when it's about a new hired employee, I want to get an email that I have someone new on my team. Or, for example, send me a Teams message when someone has a birthday of my team. So you can think of much more such automations, but this is a real great achievement that now the AI can also help you in automation, not only in creating text, in creating images or creating videos like we saw in the keynote, but also help you creating automation.
And guess what? You know, how do I start with it?
Yeah, so if they have nothing, they should go to the Power Platform, definitely.
Okay, I know that. I learned that already.
But in case you have the other systems, for example, in Dynamics 365 Finance Operation, you can start with the core HR that is there. So there is a HR module existing where you can directly put Power Automate on it. So you can directly start out of the box. Same for Business Central. And for sure, if you use a Power Platform, then you can use it within HR for Dynamics.
Cool. Yeah. Another interesting topic, important topic, leave and absence. What do we have there, Bernd?
So, leave and absence. So there, the important things for the customers that we have learned is that people have an easy way of applying for leave, that they have all the information that they need to apply for leave at one glance. For example, their team calendar, is the other person that should be my substitute available or not? This should be available, yeah. They want to see how many leave days do I have left, yeah. But basically, I have to admit, this is a little bit old-fashioned already, because here we will also get a huge impact of Copilot coming in the upcoming weeks, because we already introduced such a chatbot in 2019, which does a leave request. But this was only baby steps compared to what we do right now with Copilot, because at these times, so it's only 4 years ago, we had really to program what this bot is able to do, and it was not able to do anything else. And now with Copilot, we can let this bot be replaced by an artificial intelligence that can do your leave request, where you just send the text message on Teams, I want to have leave on these days. Is it possible? Are there substitutes? How many leave days do I have? All these things, Copilot will be able to answer it for you, and this will coming to your systems within the next couple of months.
Would be interesting, how your employees then really try to push for the limits there. I need more vacation, and bot is just answering anything. Would be fun.
Go to your supervisor.
Yeah.
Okay, same story here. When you have nothing, you start with the Power Platform. If you have Dynamics 365 F&O, then you can start with the core HR and extend it with the leave and absence module that we have added to F&O. For Business Central, you definitely have to add our Power extension. And for Dynamics 365 Power Platform, you can just start with HR for Dynamics.
Perfect. We're almost half through, so but we can make longer if needed. But time and attendance is it's another big topic.
Is important topic, especially in Germany, as we get there affected also by European Union regulations, which come into play more and more. So you have to be compliant with that. That's why we have an offering. We have this time and attendance module there. You can really provide all the time and attendance functionalities that employees need on a daily basis, not only in physical terminals where we have to go to and track their times, but also when you think about remote workers, they have to track their time too. So the option there is our so-called virtual time clock. And this is all available within all the typical Microsoft applications, no matter if it's Teams, it can be used by a browser, you can use it on a mobile device. This is something where we get a huge demand right now, especially as people more and more realize that they have to be compliant on the time and attendance topic. And so this is something that we provide here. I can tell you right now, there's not so much artificial intelligence coming in that direction, because you still have to do your time tracking on your own, but let's see what's coming there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And we know how it works. If you have nothing, you start with Power Platform, or?
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And in the other areas, you definitely just start with our Power extensions or with Hubdrive as a core solution coming on the platform.
Now we switch to a topic which is really interesting, and as well as out of the perspective from Microsoft, I can say, being a manager here, self-service is one of the areas in HR where we invested a lot, because we for sure, we want to help our employees already being faster with their topics they have around HR, not waiting for the manager probably to answer questions on one hand, and as well being out of an HR perspective, being more productive with the people we have.
Yep.
So how does it look there?
Yeah, so definitely we have to help the managers and we have to help the employees, because if they are able to self-service, then they don't need the manager that much or the supervisor. So one starting point is definitely that we have assembled the most common functions into a so-called employee cockpit right now in our HR solution that we ship to our customers, so that people can easier go to the most wanted areas, that they find it easier, that they don't need a manual e-learning just to find the right area. They can just click on a button for an HR request, for example. This is available today, but what we envision here is also that we want to use the power of AI here, and therefore we will definitely move all of this, all of these functionalities that you can imagine for self-service as much as possible to Copilot again. So ja. Das ist keiner erschrickt. Okay. Sollen wir was anderes machen? Nein? Okay, gut. Okay. So again here, this is our vision, what we want to achieve there. It will take some months from now on, but I definitely know that it will come in 2024, that people will be able to use Copilot in Microsoft Teams also to use self-services. For example, to send in an HR request, for example, to request a leave like we just said, but also, for example, for requesting for documents or whatever. What happens in the background could be that it still comes to an HR professional who has to approve it or do something there, but definitely we can absolutely simplify the way how employees work with technology in regards to HR topics.
Okay.
Again,
And how do we get there?
Again, the way is easy. So if you have nothing yet, you start with the Power Platform. If you have the other areas, you have a detailed instruction here. Decks are shared later on, so you don't need to make photos or remember all of this stuff.
Perfect. Now we have a look at talent and performance management.
So important topic, if you want to keep your talents, if you want to keep your employees, you have to develop them, you have to work with them. Therefore, talent and performance management is an important topic. It was always one, but nowadays it's more important than ever. That's why we provide a lot of functionalities that you might already know when you are an existing partner. If you are new to this complete world of HR and dynamics, then let me tell you that we provide a huge amount of functionalities that can help people in HR especially to organize all the talent management in a holistic and easy way. For example, rolling out annual reviews or 360-degree reviews to the team, getting the transparency about where are we with the review process, who is late in the reviews, who did complete it already, but also diving into the performance potential analysis of the staff, seeing who are my top performers, where do I have to do something, which are the employees which we can develop in another direction. So all of these insights are already available and given to you. And also here we will provide a little bit additional guidance together with Copilot in the upcoming months. But I don't tell you much more right now. We want to have some topics for the upcoming conferences also.
Yeah, good idea. But you already know how you end up there and how you can start with it, or?
Yeah. Can you ask the audience? Do they know it already? Yeah. So exactly. Okay. Good.
So, and coming from talents, we want to train them, we want to make them better and grow them. So, training and e-learning is the logic next step, or?
Absolutely. As I mentioned some minutes ago, we have extended our training and e-learning module. So the training and e-learning module has a lot of more functionalities right now. And so it's not only about organizing training plans, learning modules, getting their templates and rolling out these to your employees. It's also about the connection, the integration to Microsoft Learning in Viva, yeah, so that you have also the option directly to integrate it with e-learnings. Also, third-party learning providers like another partner of us, like LMS 365, can be integrated here, so that you do not have to work only with in-person trainings, but definitely for sure also with e-learnings and remote learnings.
And Bernd, how do you end up there?
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise.
Yeah. So pretty much the same story, but definitely there are Viva topics that help you there also. We shouldn't forget them. And it's not only about Viva Learning, it's also about Viva Engage, which we should also mention here. Viva Engage is formerly known as Jammer. Yeah, and here also we see the potential in training e-learning that you get there an exchange within your employees, so that they can exchange knowledge about trainings, but also about other business topics, so that you have a little bit more the possibility, especially with remote teams, that they don't only consume the trainings that you give them, but also can exchange about these topics.
That's good. And finally, we are at reporting and analytics. And that's one of my areas that I really like a lot, because, looking at my team and then how to help them be performant, it's really important as well to know, where we are and where we are on our way to our targets.
Yeah, so the great news here is we have a lot of opportunities for you to use reporting and analytics functionalities, because we are in the Power Platform, or we are in the Microsoft area. And for example, you have the option that you have real-time information as KPIs, as information in dashboards. You get them in Teams, you get them in browsers, for example. But also you can use Excel. But not only Excel as you might know it, but also Excel in a dynamic way, that the data which you see in Excel is connected with your platform. And you always have up-to-date data then. So with just a click of a button, you can get the up-to-date data into your Excel, and your spreadsheet is up-to-date. And for sure, we have Power BI from Microsoft as a really huge, powerful tool that helps you to analyze and deep dive into your data.
And I think Power BI is one of these, great products where we as well see a lot of customers that are not in a Microsoft ecosystem right now, that they approach us and say, hey, it's so good, we want to use this for analytics, because we have SAP and we want to connect, and it's easily, connected, because we have standard connectors there. So it's a great entrance as well to start then with Power Platform.
Absolutely. Just a few glimpses to you. So how does these charts, for example, look like? For example, this could be your dashboard when you open Teams in the morning, yeah, to see where are my recruiting KPIs, yeah. Also, this is how this with Excel works. There's this button, Connect to Dynamics, and where you really just update the data. So it's always real-time data. You prepare the spreadsheet once, and then you can reuse it all the time. And talking about Power BI, there are a lot of Power BI dashboards available around the world. You find third-party providers, and you also will have a larger portfolio of Power BI functionalities coming from our partner network in the upcoming months. We will invest into this so that you get more out of the box as Power BI reports, because the most common KPIs, they are known to us, so that you get these things then in the future already out of the box.
Looking impressive. And, I'm feeling a little bit like a boring Copilot here, so sorry for that. But so Bernd, how do I get there?
I guess everyone knows it. So this is the idea of repeating things. Yeah, so
it works.
In your mind. Yeah, it works. So you definitely can easily start with the Power Platform, but also in the other areas you have options to go there. So dive into these. Good. So let's come to our summary. Yeah.
And a summary, I told you before, wherever you start from and wherever you're coming from, we have you covered. And I think you get a good overview about 9 of the biggest areas in your solution of Hubdrive solutions. And we have a lot of more bringing with us where you can start with.
Yes, and just that you don't forget it, yeah. So how to start there, how to get there, yeah. So you can come from finance and operation and use there the HR functionalities, but then extend it. You can come from Business Central and extend it. And if you are in the Power Platform, you directly can go for HR for Dynamics. And if you have nothing, then yes,
Our platform.
okay. Thank you very much. Start improving your HR process today. Maybe not today, but definitely right away tomorrow. Yeah, and start using these huge amount of opportunities that come now with AI, also for your company. Think about where can you leverage that.
Yes, and if you have questions, want to chat with me, I'm available here the next, I think, 2 hours. So I'm happy to as well talk a little bit deeper on the ecosystem, how it all fits together.
Yeah. Thank you, Lutz, for joining me here.
Thanks for having me as your co-pilot.